10,000 hours. That's all it takes to become a master. Guess what I mastered? I'd come home from school, toss my backpack near the door. Within seconds, the glow of my computer swallowed me whole. League of Legends, Call of Duty, Age of Empires, Minecraft. It didn't matter what game it was, as long as it consumed me completely. Headset on, fingers flying, eyes locked in. My mom would crack the door. Dinner's ready. 5 minutes, I'd mutter. But it was never 5 minutes. By the time I reached the table, the food was cold. My parents were already done. Their plates were empty, their faces tired, and I'd sit down and feeling both satisfied and hollow. It wasn't just a pastime. It was oxygen. Homework? Second place. Friends? Rarely saw them. Sleep? Optional. 10,000 hours. 20 hours a week for a decade. The equivalent of a full-time job for 5 years straight. It's also the number Malcolm Gladwell made famous. The supposed threshold you need to cross to become a master. So if you do the math, instead of becoming a violinist or an athlete or a novelist, I became a master of pixels. And the thought haunted me. What if I wasted it all? What if my whole life was just an illusion of progress? When the games began to fade, YouTube took their place. That's when I discovered Casey Neistat, a filmmaker who seemed to squeeze 36 hours into a 24-hour day, running a business, raising a family, training for marathons, and still uploading a daily vlog every single day. One of his videos hit me like a brick. He was talking about time, quoting Seneca, calling time the only real currency. Then he showed his schedule: work 14 hours, exercise 3 hours, family 3 hours, sleep 4 hours, fun 0, free time 0. I sat there stunned, amazed at what he could fit into a day, ashamed at how I was using mine. He said something I'll never forget. The only time I feel genuinely down is when I'm not producing, not creating, not pushing something forward. Sitting around doing nothing makes me miserable. It felt like he was speaking directly to me, like he had reached through the screen, grabbed me by the collar, and forced me to look at my life. That night I decided no more wasted time, no more idleness, no more comfort. So I tried to live like Casey, wake up early, exercise, work 10 hours, commute home, work 2 more, collapse into bed. Even downtime wasn't downtime. It was strategic recovery. The point wasn't to enjoy it. It was to recharge faster so I could get back to work. On paper, my days looked efficient, a wall of productivity. But no matter how much I crammed in, it was never enough. I'd finish a big project, read for hours, even have a deep conversation with a friend, and still hear the nagging voice. You are not squeezing enough out of life. You're still behind. I became allergic to stillness. If I caught myself scrolling, or lying in the grass, or God forbid, doing nothing, I'd attack myself. Lazy, weak, useless. Even beauty became a battlefield. Every quiet moment felt like betrayal. I remember standing at the edge of a mountain one evening. Below me, a valley glowed under a burning sunset. Purple and orange bleeding into each other. A warm wind brushed my face. Crickets hummed. The faint smell of lavender drifted in the air. It was perfect, and yet I panicked. I wanted to trap it, bottle it, make it last forever. The harder I tried to hold on to that moment, the more restless I became. The more I obsessed over its beauty, the less beautiful it felt. That's when I realized I wasn't mastering time. Time was mastering me. The thing I'd been running from had already caught me. My project Waste No Time failed me from both directions. Relaxing felt wrong because I wasn't being productive. Working nonstop felt wrong because nothing I did ever felt like enough. I was haunted by the past, obsessed with the future, absent from the present. And it left me wondering, if I couldn't enjoy the past, and I couldn't embrace the future, and I couldn't feel the present, what was I really living for? So what's the answer? It sounds ridiculous, but I think the solution is this: learning how to waste time on purpose. Think of Tibetan monks and their mandalas. They spend weeks pouring colored sand into intricate, beautiful patterns. A masterpiece. And then once it's finished, they sweep it away. Gone! Just like that. A capitalist would scream, "Don't destroy it, sell it." But that's the point. The beauty is in its impermanence, its uselessness. Philosopher W.D. Joske once said, "The very pointlessness of an activity can contribute to its joy, making it true play." For so long, I lived by a script that said every minute had to count. That time only mattered if it produced something, if it paid dividends. But the most meaningful moments in my life were the wasted ones. Not the hours of work, not the goals achieved, but lying in the grass, wandering aimlessly through the woods, sitting on a bench, doing absolutely nothing. And maybe, without those 10,000 hours of gaming, I never would have learned this lesson. Maybe the very thing I thought was wasted was secretly planting the seed I needed most. Because here's the truth. Time isn't money. It isn't something you can spend, save it, or hoard. It isn't something you own. Time is what you are. And sometimes the wisest thing you can do is waste a little time.